Hey Saints, welcome to the first official episode of the Shipp Show. Hi, my name is Justin Brewer. I am a fourth-year communications major here at Maryville. I am a runner on the track and field cross-country teams, and I am the co-host of the Shipp Show with President Dan Shipp. The podcast was created as a result of being in Com 181, which is the Maryville Paw Print class. So Maryville Paw Print is our student-run digital media website, home to a whole bunch of cool content created by Maryville students about the Maryville community. And so I took that class last semester, and Dr. Carver, my fabulous professor, was like, we have this new president, and he had a podcast at his old institution, and I think it's a fantastic chance for you to jump in and do something new. And I was like, shoot, let's do it. So I worked with her and collaborated with Dan in his office to create this podcast for the class, but also for the whole Maryville community, of course, because it's really cool content for everybody. So why don't you start off, tell us a little bit about yourself so that the Maryville community can get to know who you are.
When I was your age, probably, Justin, I never thought about a career kind of in senior administration of a university.
The process is pretty complex in the sense that it's just very intensive. So last semester we primarily focused on athletics, right? And so it was a lot of on my end coming up with topics that were both relevant to athletics, relevant to Dan that he could talk on, but then also could be applicable to the whole Maryville community. And then it was building a script around that, right? So I have to write the introduction, write the primary stages of the podcast, like the first few bits I'm talking about, and then I just really listed questions. I was really nervous for the first episode because I didn't know what the flow was gonna feel like, and then I got with Dan, and he's a talker, and so it was really no problem at all. Like, I could ask a question and he would bounce off. It was super, super easy to have a natural conversation with him. So after that, right, I kind of just wrote prompts that would spark conversation rather than specific target points to hit each episode. And then I go into it, and 9 times out of 10, we get into production and I just throw it out the window because we end up talking about something completely different and it all works out anyway. So that's the initial stages. The production is pretty simple in the sense that I get to work with the fabulous production crew here at Maryville, and they help with lights and camera setup, and then we just get to sit and Dan and I talk. And then post-production is a little bit more, that is where I would say it's the most gratifying part, but also the most intensive part. It usually involves a couple hours of me sitting with my headphones on, staring at my computer screen, editing together the video and audio, and then posting it on all the various platforms. Because I am doing this for a class, but I'm also doing it for personal gain, right? So I have to post it on Paw Print, and then I've got to post it on my YouTube, and then I promote it on LinkedIn. This is like a project that I genuinely enjoy. Like, I sit down and I'm like, oh, wow, this is really, really fun. I found a little bit of a new interest in podcasting. I think it's a really fun platform, and I would hope to be able to continue something like this in my future. So I think it's been a lot of, I've learned something at every stage. Like, you talk about the sort of the podcast process, like the getting there, the recording, the after. I've learned everything in that regard as well, but I've also just learned so many things along the way. Thanks for coming along on this first installment. We'll see you at the next one.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Peace out, Saints.